So I'm supposed to be doing the fructose-free following that strict guide that it's like, can you tell, that my dietitian gave me, and I decided to try lemonade, which was on the foods that you can have list. She told me, give it a shot, see how you feel. This will be a good indicator on whether it's just fructose imbalance, or I can have it in cane sugar, or if it's what it is. So needless to say, an hour later, I am up. It's late at night, sick. So TMI, definitely, I feel like I just drank a bottle of Coke. I feel extremely sick. I have stomach churning, cramping, bloating, things are coming out. It's not great. So, clearly this is not the correct diet for me, but at least I did some science and learned something. So, be a long night. And I know that I still can't do lemonade. So I think it's either I have to avoid all sugars, and that's because I have hereditary fructose intolerance, so that I can't do any fructose, whether or not, because sucrose is made up of glucose and fructose, and the fructose intolerance is when the glucose exceeds the fructose, so it's not a balance, because when your body digests glucose, fructose can just cling on and it can do that, but fructose intolerance, if it was hereditary, I wouldn't have the enzyme, so I'm guessing that that's why I can't do it, or I don't know, there's something else in sugar that I can't do as well. So, yay science, poor foof.
Right, so I emailed my new dietitian, and she got back to me almost immediately, which was so nice. And she said that, thank you for sharing, it was really helpful information. And she said that she suspects that I have a sucrose intolerance as well. So she ordered a sucrose breath test. So I'm not really, when I looked on the patient portal, it said it was done at home. So maybe it's just gonna show up, I'm not really sure. But, yeah, so it's pretty clear that it's not just fructose, which makes sense because with this new list that she gave me, it's just so few things that I can't have, which doesn't make sense because if I eat whatever, I feel sick, so it makes sense it's not just one thing. So, yeah, the journey continues.
Hello. Please excuse the exorbitant amount of acne I have right now, and I'm also dying, either from allergies or a cold. I don't have COVID, I just got tested. But I wanted to do an update. I haven't gotten the sucrose test yet. I'm not sure how that's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen. She said she ordered it, but I haven't heard anything, so I might check in with her. But I've been feeling really sick this past 2 weeks, just cutting out fructose. We saw with the lemonade, obviously fructose is not the only problem, but yeah, I've just been feeling really gross and sick. And it makes me think, oh, maybe even though the lady wasn't necessarily accurate in what she was telling me, maybe that diet was good for me. So I did feel a lot better than I am right now. So even without sugar, I'm wondering, because I've been trying to avoid sugar, but I'm still feeling sick. So I'm wondering if it is partially gluten, but it's inaccurate because I'll have a croissant and be fine, but then I'll have, bread or some sort of crackers and feel sick. So it's I don't understand. Still, it's inconsistencies that I'm seeing in my food log, so I don't know. I wish that there was just a test you could do for everything. I know I don't have celiac or anything like that because I have been tested for that, but excuse me, it's just frustrating because I feel sick in many ways. Yeah, that's just an update. I haven't been feeling well. Hello. So in editing this part 2 diagnosis video, I realized that I never really went over what sucrose or congenital isomaltose sucrose deficiency is. I have no idea if I said that right. But basically, I was born without the enzyme to break down sucrose. So it's similar to lactose intolerance, where you take lactate because it's a synthetic enzyme because your body doesn't have enough. Similar, CSID is my body does not have the enzyme to break down sucrose. So what is sucrose? It's table sugar. That's its most common form, but it's also naturally occurring in a lot of things. So it's in garlic, onions, apples, bananas, pineapple, corn, potatoes, other stuff too. So it's unfortunately not just like, you don't have to just look for zero sugar. You have to also look at the ingredients to make sure it doesn't have any of those foods that have naturally occurring high levels of sucrose. Luckily, they're like berries, so strawberries and blueberries and stuff are low in sucrose, so I can eat those, which is great. It is not in starches, so I can have rice and wheat, but at the same time, starches are also commonly a struggle food for people with CSID. I still don't really know if fructose is a problem, but fructose isn't that frequently occurring, and I don't have the hereditary fructose intolerance because the test was inaccurate or not like scientifically specific. So, and I never had any malnutrition issues growing up, so that has been ruled off the table. I haven't done any experiments to see whether or not like honey upsets my stomach or anything because I just haven't had time. I just got married. It's been crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to like get in here and clarify what it is I actually have. And it's interesting because there are tests that you can do to see if I have just zero of the enzyme or a little bit and stuff like that. But also you can just see, oh, if I have a tiny bit of sugar, you know, if there's like an ounce of, or like less than 1% of garlic powder in something. Because a lot of the times when you read labels, it'll be like less than 1% of this. And usually it's triggering foods, but I'm not sure if that matters. In my loose experimentations, I have realized that it does matter. So unfortunately, I think that I just don't have the enzyme or have very, very little. So I do have to be very strict about avoiding these foods. It's very difficult. And like, I'm not gonna die if I eat sucrose. You know, if times are crazy, I have to eat it and I just don't feel well. But yeah, so basically that's what CSID is. That is what I have. So I have just a little sucrose-free update for you. It's been like maybe a week and a half of sucrose-free diet. And I have some really good days and like some foods I'm like, yes. But then I have not honestly been feeling as good as I expected to be feeling. And I think I can attribute that to possibly attribute it to two things. One, they wanted to see if I needed to be checked for a small intestine bacterial overgrowth. And then another option for me still being sick would be starches, because a lot of people with CSID have trouble with starches. So that would make sense because most of my diet is starch. So I also don't exactly know what starch is. Like, is rice a starch? I will learn soon because I have another appointment with my nutritionist later this week. But so yeah, definitely like some days I have oh my God, I'm so sorry, my words. I'm a little sick right now. So I've had a few days that were really great. But then a lot of days that weren't as good as I expected. I haven't gotten the Sucrose yet, so I haven't been able to try that. But yeah, I think it's like we just keep on checking off things, and I think that it is not surprising that there are a bunch of things that's going on with me. But sucrose is definitely a problem, so we have checked that off. And I am anxious to see what the next step is to see, what the next thing is that we can find that is making me sick. So I had my meeting with my dietitian, and I'm still waiting on my Sucrose. Is that what it's called? I think so. So that's kind of annoying that I haven't gotten it yet, because eating sucrose-free is really hard. Some of the like observations that I made in my food diary and stuff, they weren't like as accurate as they should have been, because like every time I ate out, I didn't know if there was sugar in it, and I ate out a lot, and so like those days were kind of moot because I didn't know if I had unintentional sugar. So basically, like, until I get this medicine, I really can't eat out. But regardless, I wasn't fully great without sucrose. So we started this low starch trial. So I'm not eating any starches, and what starches are like anything with a grain. So wheat, rye, buckwheat, oats, rice. So I'm trying not to eat any starches for like a week to see how it goes. And so far it's been going well. It's only like my second day, but I accidentally ate garlic today, so I'm feeling sick. So that's frustrating. So all of today's no starches are kind of useless, but so with sucrose, you feel effects 1 to 8 hours after you eat it. A drink, you feel it more quickly, but for foods, it's 1 to 8 hours. But like when I eat and I have immediate bloating, that might be from the starches. So any FODMAP food you will see almost immediate symptoms. So that's kind of good to know, to see like, okay, I'm feeling sick. Was it a little bit later? What was the cause? That kind of stuff. So that's interesting. Also, so with this low starch, I'm trying to cut it out, but she said even like whole grain starches, so like buckwheat or quinoa or like whole wheat or wild rice is better than like white products. And another trick you can do is chew starches for longer. There's something in our, also Daniel's, say hi! There's an enzyme or something in your mouth called amylase, I think it's called, and that breaks starches down. So if you chew things for longer, starches in your mouth for longer, then your stomach will have an easier time. I think I mentioned in another clip, it's very common to have starch issues if you also are sucrose intolerant, but the Sucrose does not provide the enzyme for your body to digest the starches. So even with this prescription enzyme that I'm waiting for, starches might still be a problem. So we're trying that, but like sucrose stays in your system for much longer. I'm not exactly sure how long she told me, but I forgot, but it might be a couple days, but I emailed her double checking, so I'll let you know. But so unfortunately, like today and tomorrow at least, like I won't really be able to tell if starches are a problem or not, or like if I feel better when I don't eat starches, because I have sucrose in my system from the garlic. So that's really just frustrating. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully I can escape this sugar and really see if starches are a problem or not. So I'm clearly having a slow start to the morning. So I'm in my bathroom. But I wanted to give an example of a meal that I've been making for this low starch stuff with no sugar. It's right here. It is ground beef, eggs, Parmesan cheese, red chili flakes, and avocado. So no starches, sugar-free, yummy. Yeah, just wanted to share a little recipe that I am no chef, but this intolerance is making me a chef. So yeah, I enjoy it. Hello, it's me and Theodore. Oh, bye. I just got some bad news. So I have some Sucrose update. Hi, Bubba. Hi. So it had been like a month since I'd been, since my prescription for Sucrose, sorry, it's really late, was sent to, or from my doctor, and I still haven't gotten it. And so when I went to go pick up my SIBO breath test at the office, I asked about it, and apparently, and then I got a call from the pharmacy, and apparently like the pharmacy they originally sent it to doesn't do it anymore, so they had to send it to a new pharmacy. But anyways, I got a call from that pharmacy, and oh, Miss Maple's here too. Say hi, sweet girl. Hello. Hello. Apparently my Medicaid did not accept or will not cover Sucrose. So the lady was like, yeah, it's going to be tens of thousands of dollars. And I was like, so then, but she said that they have like an assistance program, Sucrose does, for people, because it's like such a specialty medicine that like obviously not many insurances cover it. So like Daniel's doesn't either. And so I applied, and then I was waiting to hear back, and I just read a couple minutes ago that I have been denied. And we looked it up, and it's literally the only medicine for SIBO. No, sorry, not SIBO. CSID is what I have, the sucrose intolerance, or no, congenital, no, I don't know. CSID, I'm sorry, I don't know what it means. And yeah, so now I'm definitely have that. And so if I want to feel well, I can eat sucrose. And I've been having a really hard time. Like it's almost impossible to eat out, because you never know, like in every bread, in every, like even an egg bite has sugar in it. Like sugar's in everything. And if it doesn't have sugar, then it has like onions or garlic. Garlic is the hardest. So that really blows. It would be over $37,000 for one bottle, which is 180 meals. We did the math, so or 108. And whatever number it was $350 per use. So very upset. Don't know what to do. Because if I keep eating just everything, then I'm just always going to be sick. And I'm not fully better now. Like I still don't feel good a lot. But hopefully the SIBO is going to come back positive. But it's just impossible to eat out. And just like in general. Bummer. I also just feel like now I have to like go through the process of mourning everything I can't eat anymore, because before, like I'm on a relatively restrictive diet right now, but I was like, it was always temporary. Like even my dietitian was like, it's impossible to eat fully sucrose-free long term. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but I was like, yeah, I'm not eating like all these things I love now, but I will be able to soon. And now I'm going to have to like mourn those, I guess. So I don't know what another option is, which kind of puts me into the place where I originally was when that wrong dietitian told me that I couldn't eat barely anything. And that was really upsetting. Yeah, I gotta sleep on it.
So I'm sitting at work right now, but I just got a call from my doctor that I tested positive for SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So I'm really excited. So hopefully I can just take antibiotics and then I'll be a lot better. Like hopefully my bloating will be gone, which is so exciting. Still bummed and trying to figure out the Sucrose whole debacle. But yes, finally something good and something that's easily fixed. I'm very hopeful for this. All right, so I have some hopeful news. So Daniel's sister Jody is just about to graduate Stanford Law, and she's studying public law. So getting access to medication is like right up her alley. So she has been really helpful and telling me what to do to try to get the Sucrose nonsense settled. And I also spoke to a really helpful person at the pharmacy, and they said that since Sucrose is a newer medicine, there's this thing called the formulary that health insurances have, which is like a list of their medicines that they approve. So if a newer medication like Sucrose is not on their formulary, then it would be denied. So it wasn't technically rejected, it was just denied, or denied, not rejected, something like that. But just because, so apparently it said like Sucrose is a non-participating manufacturer, meaning that Medicaid or Metro Plus, which is like my primary thing, it's like part of Medicaid or whatever, doesn't have a contract with Sucrose. So to do that, they just need to add them to their formulary. So I just talked to someone with Metro Plus, and it's not on the formulary, so hopefully my doctor can send over prior authorization, and then hopefully I'll be approved and I can get my medicine. Praise be, super excited. And then my doctor is also sending me over 2 antibiotics, so it seems like my SIBO was kind of a lot if I need 2. But to get that sorted, and so there's hope. I'm excited, new things are happening, thank goodness. Hello, lots of updates. We moved to Pennsylvania, and I went to court. I did my fair hearing thing, and it was a phone hearing, so I literally did it from my couch, which was actually so chill. And it was just this one lady, and she just went through the evidence packet that Metro Plus had sent me, and I needed, if you do this, read the notices, because I didn't think that I had to send in evidence until like 4 days before, because I reread everything, and I almost didn't send the evidence packet that Metro Plus had sent me, because you have to like scan it and send it in. So read the fine print. But I did that, and then she just went through all of it, and she kept on saying, so she was like, so basically they want you to send an alternative, but you're saying that there is no alternative. And I was like, yes. So she was cool. She got it. It was easy. And then she said she would send it to the commissioner, and then I would hear. And it's been 2 or 3 weeks. I still haven't heard, so we shall see. But I mean, it's moot anyways, because I moved states, so I'll have to change insurances soon, so. But we live and we learn for next time. Yeah, I've been cheating in the sucrose area lately because I've been traveling a ton, and treating myself. So it's like I'm getting to the place where I can be like, okay, I'm fine to feel sick if, like, let's eat a beignet. So I definitely don't feel as good as when I'm strict, because will have a few days where I feel like great when I'm really strict, which is really exciting. It has been months and months. It is currently October, and it's been months, and I still haven't heard anything about my medicine. So I'm just assuming that I'm never getting it. I just haven't heard from the commissioner from my trial. So, but because it's been hard for me, it's really hard to find food without either just sugar, like anything with a sauce probably has sugar, or garlic and onion. Those are in everything. And then a lot of the things that usually don't have sauces are usually potatoes, or corn-based things, and I can't have that either. So it's really hard to find foods that I can eat. But although it is really hard to find stuff to eat, when I do eat fully sucrose-free, as I mentioned in the last clip, I do feel good. I can go a day and not have my stomach hurt. I can wear tight clothes and not be bloated, and like I feel a lot more confident. I feel a lot more comfortable. It's exciting. So sucrose-free is definitely the way to feel good. And you know what? It has been such a journey, and it's probably not done, but I've learned a lot, and I got a lot better. And after, I went through so many tests and stuff when I was younger, and they never found it, and I finally know what makes me sick and how I can feel good. So I count this as a win. It's not perfect, it's not great, eating is still hard, but I really do feel good
when I don't eat sucrose, and now that the SIBO is gone. And that's life-changing. I hope this video was helpful. I hope the other one was too, even though I didn't end up having hereditary fructose intolerance. You went through this journey with me, and I hope you learned something as I did. Yeah, I've stopped working with my dietitian because there's not really anything else to do rather than follow this diet and just hope and pray that I can maybe get a medicine someday. So yeah, I started an Instagram account that I hopefully will be more active on since I'm now married. My Sweetless Life, where I just find foods that I found are sucrose-free. So like sourdough bread is always good. What else? Dextrose is a really good sugar substitute. And I just some other things that I'm just trying to share where I find foods that I can eat because it's hard out here. So yes, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're doing well, and yeah, that's all.